everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Very Veggie Legacy Challenge here in The Sims 4. Before we start, please make sure to go and check out my other socials if you would like. They are on the screen now. And also, I would really appreciate it if you could go and check out my boyfriend's channel. He's just started, and I would love it if you could give him some support. His link will be in the description. Oh my god, I have had the most stressful hour of my life. I'm not even joking. I came on, right, to basically finish the Nature's Calling quests because it ends tomorrow in real time today. Today's the 4th of August, so it ends on the 5th of August. So I wanted to get it done before I started recording because the last of the quests weren't that interesting, so I just wanted to get it done. And in that time, I managed to have 3 house fires. 3 house fires. But we got 10,000 simoleons from doing the quests, just so you can see that I did not cheat, as you can see here. 10,000 simoleons was one of the rewards, so I am now rich, but at what cost? Because, like, honestly, this stove has been destroyed 3 times now, and it costs 3,000 to fix every time. I am losing my mind. I have decided that I am going to hire a nanny, basically full-time, because we need one really bad. It won't let me just, like, hire I want a scheduled one, like one that comes all the time, but apparently I can't do that. So we're just gonna have to keep hiring them because oh my god, these kids are making me actually want to break my PC. I can't cope. I cannot cope. If she picks that baby up and puts it down one more time, I'm quitting the game. Okay, sick. Literally all I want to do is tummy time. I swear to God. Okay, we have 10,000 simoleons, and I'm going to have to waste it on wind turbines. As you can see, if it loads, basically I got rid of the ones from under here because I looked it up, and apparently the ones on the roof require less maintenance, and I could not be bothered with how many times I had to keep repairing them. So now we have them on the roof, but I have less because I was poor. So we're gonna get a couple more. This is gonna absolutely skin us. Okay, we have loads now, so hopefully that will keep our power supply up. Okay, I also just bought a bunch of seed packs so we can get some new flowers and then make some more flower arrangements because we haven't done flower arranging in a while and we need to master that. It's almost the twins' birthday. Thank God for that is all I'm saying. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna head into the town centre and we're gonna see if we can get any more flowers that we can plant. Because right now the ones we have are good, but they're not like worth loads and loads of money. There are some flower arrangements we can make which are gonna be worth a lot, but because I don't have all the flowers necessary, I also have to pay. So if we can get the ones that we need, then we can just make a bunch of really expensive arrangements for free, which would be really great. Ooh, Christmas rose sounds pretty. We have Daisy's orchid. Oh my god, that's cost $1,000. Okay, well, I'm gonna get it, because surely we should be able to make a lot of profit if one flower is worth $1,000, right? As I said, it's very nearly, it's actually their birthday tomorrow, which is crazy. They have quite a few milestones each, nothing too crazy, but they can both sit up, just, you know, normal basic stuff like that. I didn't go into too much detail with the milestones as I did with Hyacinth because it's so difficult to do with twins. Like, I was losing my mind, absolutely losing my mind. So yeah, we didn't get too many milestones to one of them, but I'm really happy they both learned how to sit up. So tomorrow, I'm going to age up the twins, and then I'm probably going to play a little bit more of camera. We're going to do a few days at work, and then we're going to have a few, I'm going to basically be spending a few Sims days grinding the aspiration because I am nowhere near finishing it, basically. Same with her skills. Now is definitely a really good time for her to start with the wellness skill, as that was obviously a storyline I wanted for myself about how she kind of discovered the wellness skill and wellness in general, meditation, yoga. She discovered that through Asta, meeting Asta and marrying Asta. Asta's always been really into it. As you can see, his aspiration is literally being a Zen guru, mainly probably because of his PTSD. He always found meditation really helped him manage his PTSD and his PTSD symptoms. So he's going to be basically teaching Ollie how to get the most out of meditation and yoga, seeing as she's very stressed at the minute with having twins. She's stressed about having a midlife crisis. She's just going through a lot. Hyacinth, by the way, angel child. He's done his first week at school. He is already a B student, just about to be an A student, by the way, if you look at these grades. Hasn't really developed much of a personality yet, I will say that. I know that's kind of mean, but that's why his bedroom's still kind of bland, because I just don't really know what he's into. He likes video gaming, that's something I do know, so maybe we can get more into that in the future. Okay, so it's the morning, and we're going to have Ollie go and bake a cake for the baby's birthday. Let me quickly check their luck, because we had 3 whole fires. 3 fires for before, and I am not dealing with another one, actually, because I spent so much money having to basically fix the house after all the fires. I'm not dealing with it again. Okay, it's time to age them up. I know 𝙨𝙘𝙘𝙞𝙖 technically was born first, but we're going to age up Bryn first because 𝙨𝙨𝙘𝙘 is having a little nap. Oh no, no, I don't want to miss it. Stop. Oh, what? He just blew out the candles through the wall and the cake is inside the sculpture, but oh well. Okay, so, oh, he somehow managed to earn a bonus trait. I don't know how, because I basically neglected these kids. Randomize 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. Charmer, that's quite cute. Whoa, Bryn has long hair. What the hell? Okay, it's 𝙨𝙨𝙘𝙘𝙖𝙡𝙨's turn. Okay, I'm actually also gonna give her Charmer, because I was going to anyway, because basically she goes up to be like a serial, like, not serial romantic, like, what was the other one? Villainous Valentine, I think it is, so it kind of works. It kind of works. Okay, guys, I actually have quite a, I was gonna say little update. It's not little at all. It's quite a big update, actually. So, basically, I've managed to make 53,000 simoleons. We are literally loaded, and that's from obviously the store. I am going to give everything a bit of a makeover because look what happened. The twins are now children, which I've wanted to film, but they aged up autonomously. Like, unfortunately, I couldn't make them a cake. I made a cake for Hyacinth because Hyacinth is also now a teenager, but I didn't get a chance to make them a cake and like age them up properly. They aged up on their own, and I felt really bad. So, unfortunately, I didn't get to show you guys them aging up, but they are now children. Of course, 𝙨𝙨𝙘𝙘𝙖𝙗 has got her first trait for her generation, which is evil. So that's thrilling. Her other traits are bro and something else. It was something else that basically she couldn't have until she's like older. She can't have it as a child, so the only one she could have was evil. So she's an evil child apparently, so that's fabulous. Bryn got the randomized trait of skeptical, so you know, that's whatever. Hyacinth, his randomized trait was practice makes perfect, I think. Now I basically have the funds to decorate this place because we're going to need to obviously make bedrooms for both 𝙨𝙨𝙘𝙘𝙖𝙗 and Bryn because they can't stay in here anymore. We can also now move the easel and Ollie's work stuff into this room instead, and I'm just going to give everything like a general makeover. Well, not makeover, I'm going to like obviously add paths. I'm going to finish up the decorations here, add some more yoga mats, just simple stuff like that. Hey everyone, so a bit of a long voiceover today. This time lapse you're seeing here is originally over 3 hours worth of footage, so I managed to cut it down to, well, you know, speed it up to around like, I think about 15 minutes ish, so hopefully that's not too long, but I kind of planned for this whole episode to basically be a speed build anyway because I have changed so much on the lot. So basically, as I was saying before, I just wanted to give like the whole lot a makeover. So the main goal was to properly furnish the kids' caravan because at the minute they didn't have bedrooms, they didn't have a proper living space, they didn't really have much at all. And now we had so much money, I thought, let's give them proper space to live in. Because as you know, the kids are getting their own complete caravan. So now Hyacinth won't be alone in the second caravan. He'll now have 𝙨𝙨𝙘𝙘𝙖𝙗 and Bryn living with him. So I made them their own little rooms. I wanted to give them a bit of personality, but it's just so difficult with kids because they just don't really like do a lot. Obviously, it's easier for Aubrey because she's the next heir. So we already have a bit of information about her because of the actual challenge itself. So I wanted to go for a bit of a darker theme for her. I gave her a black rug. She has like a black feature wall in her room and some like cool little starry lights and stuff. I don't know, I thought it looked cool, kind of fit her vibe. When she grows up, I'd love her to have a bit of like an alternative vibe. Not obviously because she's evil. Alternative people are not evil. I'm literally alternative myself. I think that, me personally, I love making Sims that kind of look like me. So I think that's going to be the goal. She's going to have like a dark purple and black colour scheme and she's going to look really cool. So I wanted to implement that into her bedroom. For Bryn, on the other hand, I had no idea what to do in his bedroom because I'm going to be so honest with you, his only trait in the minute is skeptical. And what does that even mean? Like, well, obviously I know what it means, but it's not really a personality. You know what I mean? Like, being skeptical is just kind of something you are. It's not a personality trait. There's nothing I could really incorporate into his bedroom that would kind of hint to that part of him. So I made it very generic. I did find a leaf rug, which I thought was funny because it came in purple and it looked it fit the kind of like, you know, purple plant theme. So I just stuck that in there and we'll change it when he grows up and he's a bit more interesting because right now, respectfully, he's not. Anyway, as you can see, I was also making some changes to the parents' caravan because obviously now we had the third bedroom free. Well, the second bedroom, sorry, there's only 2 bedrooms in the main caravan. Now that room was free, I turned it into Ollie's office space. So in there, I put her knitting station with her rocking chair. I put her easel, her flower arranging table, all of that sort of stuff in there. And for the rest of the caravans, I kind of added just clutter. So I added some stuff into the bathrooms, added some cabinets, some towels, some toilet paper, just trying to make, obviously, them look a bit more lived in and a bit more realistic. I do love cluttering up my Sims builds. It's my favourite thing to do. Also, I'm so sorry if you can hear clattering around in the background. I'm not sure if my mic's picking it up, but there's a bunch of noise going on outside my house that I can't control. I'm so sorry. I really struggled with what to put in the kids' living room because I was like, what do kids like want or need? Because the TV is the obvious answer, but I was saying no to TVs because TVs take up a lot of electricity, and we need the electricity for the store to run because the ticket kiosk requires power, and without the power we don't get paid. So I had to kind of limit the options in there. I did eventually just add like a dollhouse because we do have kids, like children living in there, so I thought it's just like a big area for them to play. So I thought that kind of made sense. If you're wondering, by the way, why I sound like crap, it's currently Wednesday and I got back from Leeds Festival on Monday, so 2 days ago. My voice is absolutely destroyed. Like, I am destroyed. The mix of screaming to Limp Bizkit and Bring Me the Horizon mixed with the amount of dust that I inhaled from the ground is crazy. Like, my throat it's just gone. So I'm really sorry if I don't sound very enthusiastic or if my voice just sounds really off. It's because I nearly died at a festival. I'd love to post some footage I got on here, but I think I probably get copyrighted for obviously the music. So if you'd like to see some of my festival fun, then go check out my socials. Obviously they were at the beginning of this video, so on Instagram and TikTok I posted a few little bits and bobs if you'd like to see that. Anyway, here in the video is where I started to mess about with some terraforming. So I added in these big windy paths, one that obviously went towards the shop and one that went towards the caravans. I added the pathway going towards a little driveway. Obviously there's no cars in this game, but I wanted to add some from debug because I really like the way that the cars look on like a little driveway. I think it just makes it look a lot more realistic. So I made the path go up to a mini driveway and then had like the path continue as a patio going up to the actual staircase of the caravan, as you can see. I also decided to move the greenhouse into the middle, right in between of the two caravans, because I just thought it looked better there. So the pathway that links to the kids caravan also links to the greenhouse. But, you know, the Sims can easily just cut across anyway because I lined all of the paths with just very simple grassy, what are they called? Grassy bushes. So the Sims can just walk through them if they need to. They don't need to take the path. And this is when I started on the part I have been waiting for so long. I finally got to redecorate and, well, just make the shop look better. So I added some extra yoga mats into the outside area so that more people could take part in the yoga classes that Asta puts on. I used a bunch of items from the spa day pack for obvious reasons, because obviously we have a lot of spa activities here in the store. So I used like cute little water features, the candle walls. I added some cute lighting on the outside and a lot of candles. I loved the candles. I really don't know what I was doing here. I was kind of just like running around the place looking at things. I don't know what I was doing. I'm very sorry about that. But I really liked decking out the store because I felt like it really needed some extra bits and bobs. So as I said, I put in a lot of candles. I also made sure to match the fence to the fences that are on the caravan so that everything's a bit more cohesive. And the rest is pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, it's just me decking out the store a lot. I'll talk a bit more about the inside when I get to it, but I really wanted to make the fences look really cute and like spa-y and like relaxing. This was an idea, but it just didn't work. It just looked a bit funky, so I ended up switching that out. But I wanted the fences to be kind of like a big part of how it made it a bit more cozier and like relaxing, you know? But yeah, so I want to just talk a bit about Leeds Festival because I just brought it up and now I want to talk about it because it was the best weekend of my life. Obviously, forgetting the fact that I couldn't breathe half the time and my throat is destroyed, and also forgetting how painful my feet and my back were. It was amazing. So if you don't know, Bring Me the Horizon are my all-time favorite band. I have a tattoo on my arm of their like logo that was done by Ollie Sykes, lead singer's brother. It was the best experience of my life, really cool, and I love my tattoo. I will put a picture of it on the screen. It's my favorite thing that I have. And so I was really excited to see them. I basically bought my Leeds ticket just to see them, and then after I bought my ticket, Water Parks, one of my other favourite bands, and Limp Bizkit were announced to the lineup after I bought my ticket, so it basically made the fact that I spent £300 on a ticket even better, because I got to see two of the bands that I love basically for free because I hadn't bought my ticket for them. It was incredible. So yeah, best day of my life. I've seen Bring Me the Horizon before last year. January 2024 I saw them. Best night of my life. So when I saw they were at Leeds, I had to go back. I just had to. They're my favourite band of all time. Like, I can't even explain to you how much I love them. I love everything about them. I love the members. I love the music. I love everything. I love it. I love Bring Me the Horizon so much. They are so dear to my heart. Every single album is a no-skip album from beginning to end. No skip. Okay, enough of my rant about how much I love Bring Me the Horizon. So, as I said, I would talk a bit about what I did on the inside of the store. So I mainly just focused on adding lighting and plants and foliage and cute stuff onto the inside to make it look a bit more relaxing and aesthetically pleasing. So I added in a lot of, like I said, plants, but mainly it was ones that kind of matched the theme of the room. So in the pottery room, I added in these like 3 little flowery plants that had like decorated pots underneath them because I felt like it kind of matched the fact that it was a pottery room, obviously. And then on the outside, I added a lot of ivy and wall plants just to make it look a bit cuter. I added the little I forgot what it's called again. I literally had to ask my boyfriend what the thing was called. The thing that goes over the door, the little green and white stripy thing. I had to ask my boyfriend what that was called because I had no idea. I completely forgot. And I've forgotten again. But I added that on to make it look a bit more like the store, which I really liked. Here is me scrolling through debug to try and find the cars that I wanted. Honestly, going through debug is like it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, I swear to God, because you can't search debug, so you just have to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll until you find what you want. I was looking for cars, like I said. I wanted a green one, and I also wanted like a small, like first car type of vibe for Hyacinth, because obviously he's a teenager now, so I wanted to get a car that kind of looked like it was his first ever car and he's learning to drive type of thing. And obviously I got the family a green truck as a more family car. I really loved how this came out. I love it so much. And the whole thing like with the terraforming was so fun. I really love terraforming in The Sims. I've never done it that much. I think the first time I properly terraformed a build was on my Not So Berry Generation 3 Let's Play. I basically made this like huge house for my Generation 3 with a tree house, like a built tree house in the back garden for the 4th generation, and I completely terraformed all of it. I did it in a very similar style to this. I did the winding paths with the bushes and rocks kind of surrounding the pathways, and I really loved it, so I definitely took inspiration from that for this build, and I just love it so much. I think that terraforming is my new favorite thing to do in The Sims. I was never really a Sims builder. I've always been more of a gameplay and create a sim player. I know some people just love The Sims just to build things, but that was never really me. But I've definitely grown to love building in The Sims so much more. I used to basically just like get a wham house off the gallery for a Let's Play and just use that because I couldn't be bothered building my own. But now I love building my own houses, especially during a rags to riches, because I think it's so satisfying seeing everything just develop, and at the end of a generation seeing how like you started from nothing and you've built all of this by yourself. I think it's so satisfying, and I'm really glad that I think my skills are developing a little bit. I mean, let me know what you think. Maybe my skills are still crap and I'm just glazing myself, but I think I'm a lot better at building than I used to be. So yeah, it's coming to the end of the time lapse now. Here I'm literally just decorating the decking a little bit on each of the caravans. I added some mixed matchy chairs as I thought that was a bit more childish and fitting, and I think overall it's really cute. It could definitely do with a bit more decoration in some areas. There's a bit of empty space, especially in the caravans, and I added these ponds in for really easy access to water because obviously we're off the grid, and in general I really love it, and I hope that you like the makeover as well. Okay guys, so how are we feeling about the updates? I think it's quite the makeover, but I'm absolutely loving it. So over here, obviously we have the store. I added this little pond out front. It's a little bit of a weird shape but it's a pond, so who cares? You know what I mean. We have the new and improved yoga area, which is so cute. Candles galore, lights galore. There's literally a water feature. It's beautiful. We filled up all of the yoga mats. We've added candles everywhere. It's so cute. In here, we just, like, in the hallway, we just added some very simple decor, kind of matching the spa kind of vibe. Pottery room, also the same, apart from we added some plants and also this light. I'm going to continue to decorate the walls in the shop with paintings that Ollie paints herself, so that's why some of the walls look a bit better, because I wanted some specific paintings, you know what I mean. I'm gonna get Ollie to like make some paintings of the pottery. Everything else basically the same. I just obviously decorated the outside, and then I added these huge winding paths leading to everything on the lot. So we have obviously this winding path leading to the store. We then have the winding paths leading to both of the caravans. So I used debug to add some little cars and a little driveway, which I think is so cute. We have this green truck here for Ollie, which I think really fits her vibe, and then over here we have this simple little grey car, which I feel like would be Hyacinth. Now he's a teenager, you know, he's learning to drive, and he has his own little car, and him and his brother and sister live over here in the eggplant caravan, which is so cute. So as you can see, there is a broken dollhouse in here, but it's meant to be just a normal dollhouse, which the kids obviously play with. Very, very simple. Of course, I'm going to make some more paintings. This painting here is actually from the Forgotten... What's it called? Not Forgotten Hollow. That's the vampire place. What's it called? The grotto. No, I forgot what it's called. But you know the place that you need max handiness skill for? That's from there, because I had to do that as part of the Nature's Calling event, and then I decided to paint a picture because it's pretty and it's very purple, so I put it in this house here. We then have the kitchen, of course, and then all the bedrooms. So this one here is Aubrey Jean's bedroom. She's the heir, so she has the most decoration. Of course, when they have more personality, I'll add more stuff into here, but yeah, she's got some black and purple theme going on because that's going to be her vibe. And then over here is still just Hyacinth's room, and then we have Bryn's room. So, you know, very purple, very cutesy. We have a little seating area out here and some places to sit. Here's the new and improved greenhouse, which hasn't really changed much. I just added some fairy lights onto the outside because they are so cute. I didn't do much else. What else did I do? Oh yeah, I changed this room into like Ollie's little office. I'm gonna make a rug. I'm gonna have Ollie knit a rug to go here. And yeah, other than that, that's about it. We have these swings. This is a custom content swing, which is absolutely beautiful. And then we also have the swings over here too for the kids to play on. And yeah, I'm really, really, really happy with it. Okay, so I know that this episode was mainly just me building, but I'm going to leave this episode here. Thank you so, so much for watching. To be honest, I am seeing Ollie's generation coming to an end soon. I'm going to review the rules off camera, and I'm going to work on a few things that I want to work on. And then next episode will probably be the last one of her generation, which is kind of crazy, but like I've kind of done everything. The only thing I need to work on is her skills. Oh, and the store, actually. I do need to get level 5 store, which I will be doing on video. So next video, I'll probably be wrapping everything up and moving on to Aubrey Jean's storyline, which is so exciting. So thank you so, so much for watching, and I will see you next time.